Few know the story of what happened to President Moi's wife. How did a billionaire president's wife travel to his son's funeral in a Matatu, never attended any of her children's wedding, and die in a looking roof? Born as Lena Beaumet in 1926 in Eldama Ravine, Lena came from a Christian family and was schooled at African Inland Mission before joining Tenwek Girls. It was at African Inland Mission that Lena met Moi, and the two developed a friendship since Moi would spend his holidays at the Beaumet household to avoid the long trek home. After his high school, Lena went to the United States and returned to Kenya as a teacher, while also ardently practicing Christianity. On Sundays, Moya would accompany Lena to the local churches, and it is during this period that they started dating. Lena is described as a stern educator who also had a great sense of humor. Moy himself trained at Kagumo Teachers College and became a principal at Tambok School. Both Moy and Lena were not only teachers, but also respected preachers in the neighborhood. In 1950, the couple married at AIC Church, and Lena left her teaching career to raise her family after settling with Moe at Tambok Government School, where his first two children, Jennifer and Jonathan Kipkamboy, were born in 1952 and 1953, respectively. Although most of those who knew Moye in the 1950s thought he would make an excellent preacher, Moye liked teaching more than anything else. It was in 1955 that Moye would join politics following his LegCo appointment to replace John Oltameno. Moy's biographer notes that life changed for the couple as the politician husband now started donning suits and ties, far replacing the shorts and socks that defined his teaching career. His relationship with the in-laws was affected by politics, as his brother-in-law vied against him as an independent candidate in the 1961 parliamentary election. At home, Lena bore Moe 6 other children and remained a social caretaker as his husband immersed in the political life. She said it was necessary that the children were cared for by their own mothers if they were to grow up mentally, physically healthy. After her children were old enough, she immersed herself in public life, conducting harambes and supporting women's groups in the Rift Valley. She was loved by her neighbors. Due to her humility, at the height of her popularity, President Jomo Kenyatta bestowed on her on January 1, 1968, the Order of the Golden Heart Medal for her service to the community. After Kenyatta suffered a heart attack in 1969, Moi became more actively involved as a vice president, but his marriage was suffering. At this time, he had constructed Lena a home in Kabimoy, where she settled. As his marriage suffered, final straw came when Lena Moy refused to dance with President Kenyatta during a dinner at Rift Valley Technical College. With Lena Moy being an ardent Christian, she believed that dancing was sinful. But the incident was a great embarrassment to the vice president. In his biography, President Moy noted that he had little joy from his family, who he considered to have disappointed him. He described himself as a lonely man despite being surrounded by so many people. Life changed for Lena when Moy initiated a divorce in 1974 that would later be finalized in 1979. Lena was treated so badly and ostracized from the family such that she did not attend the weddings of her own children. The president's wife even sat amongst the crowd during the burial of her own father in 1997. In the Kabimoy village where she lived, Lena was no more than a rural village woman with the trappings of power behind her. Lena did not even have a means of transport in the village. Villagers noted that she had no problem using public means of transport. During the burial of his son-in-law, Lena traveled using a matatu, as other mourners arrived in helicopters and top-of-the-range cars. During her final days, Lena had a heart condition that rendered her largely immobile. Moi went on to visit her during her final days, and they prayed together. By the time she died in 2004, Lena had moved from the bedroom to the sitting room due to a leaking roof. A former president's wife living in penury, with her husband having been president for 2.5 decades. Even in death, the Moy family still wanted to treat her badly. Moy initially intended to have Lena buried in his abandoned home in Sacho. Lena's elder brother opposed the move and vowed that he would bury her in ravine if Moy would not bury her in Kabarak. She would not be buried in a bush. Moy conceded and had her burial held in Kabarak, a place that she had never set foot in her life. The estranged relationship between the couple also affected the children, such that those who sided with her were ostracized from the family. What do you think of these tragic turn of events for the billionaire Moy family?